Hey guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to NEA Racing. In today's video, I'll be going through the things that you should consider when looking for monitors for your new sim rig, or if you're trying to get into sim racing and you're looking into monitors but you're trying to figure out which one to pick. And I know I'm not going to cover every single thing that you're supposed to look out for when getting monitors, because there are people with more knowledge and experience than me in sim racing. But if you notice that there are some points that I didn't put out there to help people with making decisions and what monitors to pick, please feel free to add your comments in the comment section to help people who are trying to get into the sim world, or who are already in the sim world but trying to upgrade their rig, to know what's the best choice, based on their budget to go for, and things they should look out for. The reason I'm doing this video is that a subscriber, I don't know if it's a subscriber, but a viewer, I need to check to be sure, but a viewer by the name Blue Steel Base, which I would pop up the comments in the on the video, asked about my monitor setup and was contemplating between 1000 hour curve and 800-hour curve. So I decided to make this video for the viewer and also for other people who are curious to know about, what kind of curve they should pick or what they should look out for when picking a monitor for their sim rig. So without wasting your time, let's get to the video. So if you're looking into getting monitors for sim racing, here are a few things that I believe you should look out for when you're getting your monitor for sim racing, whether you're going single monitor or triple monitor setup. First thing you need to do is to make sure that you have the right PC to run whatever configuration that you're running. If you're running a single monitor setup, you need to know that in terms of graphics, you're not running as much graphics as a triple monitor setup. So you need to make sure that whatever graphics card that you're getting or whatever PC you're getting has the right graphics card paired with the right CPU to run your monitor based on whatever application you want to use it for in the sim racing world. Whether that's set, of course, iRacing, it doesn't matter. Just make sure that your PC is able to run, if it's a single monitor you want to run or a triple monitor setup. Back then, if you wanted to run a triple setup like this, which is what I'm running right now, you needed at least, this is a 1440p triple monitor setup, 34 inches. At least you needed an RTX 3090 to even get some good FPS from this. Now, with the technology of graphics card improving drastically, you can run a setup like this with a 4080 graphics card and even have better graphics settings on games like iRacing and still get good FPS. So do your research, especially if you have an upgrade path, if you want to go triple 4K, whatever it is you want to do, or if you want to stay with 1440p, if you're someone who is more into having good FPS while still maintaining good graphics, 1440p is a good solution, but it's something you should be, the most important thing you should actually look out for is your PC. Make sure your PC has what it takes to run these monitors, because the graphics card will be doing a lot of work running all these triple monitors at full power. So that's one thing you should look out for when you're getting a PC or a monitor. Make sure that your PC is able to run those monitors, whether it's a single or a triple setup. Now, another thing you should look out for is for picking up a PC. A lot of people don't mind, but if you're after FPS more than graphics, then I'll say go 1080p. I'm talking about resolution. But if you want the sweet spot of being able to have good FPS and still maintain solid graphics, 1440p is the way to go. Now, if you do have the money, the budget for a high-end monitor that is 4K and has a high refresh rate and you do have the graphics card, I think the 4090 graphics card is able to do that. But I would recommend that anyone who has that money just wait for the 5090 or 5080, because those graphics card will be a lot better in terms of the technology, and they'll be able to run your triple 4K setup a lot better, maintaining max graphics with good FPS. So in in terms of resolution, if you're more into FPS, you can get a 1080p monitor. You still enjoy racing in the simulator. But if you like good graphics and you still want to maintain good FPS without it costing you too much money, 1440p is the way to go. Now, another thing to look out for when you're getting a monitor for your sim is, if you're going for a single monitor setup, a lot of people like to go the ultra wide, maybe one single curved 45-inch monitor or 49-inch monitor, which is really good. But when it comes to a triple setup, this is where the debate comes. Should I go 27? Should I go 32? Should I go ultra wide 34 like I did? Or should I go even triple 45s or triple 55s? The world is the world is your limit in terms of what monitors you pick for a triple setup. And I think it is subjective, but also there's some information that you need to pick to or look out for to make you understand if those monitors will be good for you. One thing you need to understand, especially with my setup that is 34 inches, is that if you compare a 32-inch monitor with a 34-inch monitor, you would notice, yes, the 34 is a bit longer, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, in terms of vertical height, the 32 inches has a little bit more vertical height than the 34, which makes it it's like you having this would make it look like you have a narrow windscreen wiper. I said a narrow windscreen. Why the 32 inches will actually make your monitors look like a proper windscreen of a race car, and just makes it look more realistic and more immersive when you're racing. So if you notice in the sim world, especially when it comes to triple screen setup, many people prefer to have triple 32s than any other size of monitors. Every now and then you see people like me with triple 34s and other people who would have maybe one 49-inch monitor in the middle, the Samsung G9, and then they'll have two 27 inches, which to me that looks weird, but it works for them, and that's fine as long as everybody's getting what they want. That's what matters. But my recommendation for size when it comes to triple screen, you will never go wrong if you go 32 inches, all three monitors. That's for size. And now for curves, whether you should go curved monitors or whether you should go flat. Honestly, I think it's subjective. If you go flat, literally, this is what you're going to, let's say my monitors were flat. This would be literally, if it was a flat monitor, this is just what my monitor is going to be like. It would be like an angle right here to give me the view that I wanted, and that I want right here. And the same thing applies to this side, and this will be a flat screen. There are people and there are people who have set up triple screen setup with flat screens and actually enjoy the experience. So at the end of the day, it's subjective. I personally, when I was building this rig, I always liked the idea of curved monitors and the way they just go with the way your eye radius goes. And it just has this way, if you look at it from this point of view, it just has this way of actually making you feel like you're wrapped around. It just gives you this immersive feeling that you're actually in the car. And if you look at simulators, like from places like even the Formula One drivers and their sim rigs, you notice that in their sim, it surrounds them, like it's more round a sharp edge. So that's one of the things that just made me look and consider that maybe it will be better for me to just go with curved monitors. And so when it comes to curved monitors, you have a different you have different choices to pick. You see like 1800R curved monitors, you see 1500R curved, you see 1000R curved, and now with the new LG, or kind of new LG, that has 800R curve, you have multiple options. And with the research I did, I figured I saw or realized that the 1000R curve monitor, and also I think the 800R curve monitors, they actually are closer to the way the human eye views things, views information. So with the way the curve works is that if you're sitting right in the middle, the distance that the middle of the screen has to you would also be the same distance when you turn your head. If it was a flat screen, if this was a flat screen, this image will be further away. This image right here will be further away from your eyes when you turn your head to look this way. The distance from the middle to the screen will be longer from here to here. But because it is curved, the distance remains the same however way that you look. And I think it's actually a lot better with the 800R curve. But that's the reason why I picked the 1000R curve. The 800R curve wasn't available when I picked the monitor, but from my experience, I haven't for once ever like been in a race and felt that I wasn't in the car. I didn't feel like, oh, this was so far, this looked weird. No, everything actually looks natural to me. So if you were asking me what my recommendation was for what curvature to pick with monitors, I'll tell you to go 1000R curve. You never regret going that route. Now, another thing I would recommend that you guys should look out for when you're picking your monitors, it might sound silly, but it's actually the mounting options. Look for monitors that are VESA mount compatible. Reason being that a lot of these sim rigs, like mine, all come with VESA mounts. And even when you want to get some custom mounting options, there is still VESA mounts, like the the variable VESA mount adapter from SimLabs, and also the one from Track Racer, that helps you fine tune your triple screen setup. Now, the reason I say this is, on my current setup, I'll give you guys full details on my setup and let you guys know what I'm running. But on my current setup, in fact, let me just let you guys know now, so you know exactly what it is and know if you're interested and know whether it's something you want to do. And then I'll let you know what my mounting solutions were or is. So I'm running an MSI MPG Artemis 343CQR. It's a 34-inch monitor, 1440p, 165 hertz, and it's a 1000R curved. It has, LED, backlit LEDs, that display. I really don't see them when I'm driving, but in terms of content creation, it actually looks nice. If I decide to switch off my Govee lights in the night when I'm racing, and someone, I have a friend over who just wants to do a recording of me, it actually makes everything look pretty nice. You see how decent it looks, and the light you're seeing now is coming from my camera, but this is something that, in terms of content creation, it just makes it look that much better, and it just keeps changing colors and just looks pretty nice. Let's get the light back on. Beautiful. Now, for these monitors, there are a few issues that I had when I was installing them, and it had to do with the mounting. It said it was VESA mount compatible, but I didn't really look into the size of what kind of VESA mount that will fit into it. The Next Level Racing quad stand that I have has a lot of holes for different monitors. But considering the fact that this is a curved monitor, it means that the only flat spot you're going to have is where the VESA mount goes. Every other thing curves out, as you can see here. Now, when I got this, the VESA mount couldn't, there was no hole for me to install this VESA mount directly to the monitor. So I had to get this plate. It's a pair. There's a plate here. I don't know if you guys can see. There's a plate right here, and then there's another one right here. And I screwed this one to the VESA Next Level Racing VESA mount, and this other part right here slides right in. But what I did was I noticed that this part could not fit the monitors, so I still got another plate that's right here. And then what I did was I screwed this part to that plate that was screwed to the monitor, and then was able to slide this part with the monitor into this to fix it in place. This was literally what I did for every single monitor. You can see the same thing right here with those screws, and it's really sturdy. I've had this for I started officially running this rig fully on January of 2023. So it is something that has been rock solid, and I've actually moved from my old apartment to here without having issues with moving my rig. So everything is rock solid. Another thing I'll just put into note is just for those who own this rig, I know I'm talking about monitors, but if you do own this quad stand, sometimes if the monitors are are not properly aligned, maybe because one monitor is tilting backwards compared to another monitor, sometimes it might help to just get one of this loose. After fixing this monitor, and I fixed this monitor, I noticed that my middle monitor was leaning back way too much each time I tightened this screw. Tightening this one wasn't an issue, but when I tightened this one, it would pull this monitor back and make it out of line to be able to install the Asus bezel free kit. So if you look at this screw, I can literally turn it with my hands and it will turn because it is not tight, it's just there. So I had to keep it loose in order to make sure that all monitors were properly aligned so that it becomes a nice, beautiful circumference like you see right here. So that's something you should really look out for, is the VESA mount compatibility. Look for size, know what size of the VESA mount that you can use, and do your research. Especially if you currently have a rig, you might actually need to look for a different solution for helping you mount the monitors to your rig if you're interested in this monitor. So one of the things that can help is the variable VESA mount from SimLabs or from Track Racer. That would really help. That's another thing you should look at. And what else should you look out for when you're getting a monitor? It's also, if you're keen on having, I think one of the things that made me lean to the 34 inches is I looked at a lot of people's reviews on the 32-inch monitors, and because of that little vertical real estate that it has compared to the 34 inches, you could not really make good use of an Asus bezel free kit. And I'm really, really keen on making everything seem a lot seamless and like one major big screen without having any issues. So from the reviews I heard, a lot of people were saying things like the 34-inch monitor is literally like a 27-inch monitor but stretched, and the Asus bezel free kit actually fits 27 to, I can't remember the size, but so I looked and I was like, okay, I would pick this monitor and hopefully I'll be able to get the Asus bezel free kit, and I wouldn't need to buy an extra Asus bezel free kit and do some DIY stuff to make it fit. And this fits perfectly fine. As you can see, you notice that I'm at the edge of the bezel uh, kit right here, and probably at the bottom, just a little bit sticking out. The same thing right here, with nothing at the top of this one. So if you're keen on having your triple screen monitors look like one gigantic screen, and you want to make use of an Asus bezel free kit, maybe going for the 34-inch monitor would be good. But I hope in the future, I think there are some brands who sell bezel free kits that would work with 32 inches, because I've seen a lot of people with bezel free kits as well that make it work. So that shouldn't be a reason. If you think about it, if you really want 32, go 32. I recommend it. You'll be able to find a way to get a bezel free kit that works. But honestly, that's really it for monitor setup. And one more thing, I made sure I was hoping that I don't forget this. If you're actually interested in these monitors, apart from the mountain solution and all of these things that I got, I actually bought them from Amazon, so it's easy to find. I will go through my purchase history and put a link to all these mount options in the description, and make it easier for you guys to, if you guys wanted to go this route. I wouldn't say it was hard. It's just that I didn't have all the things to install it, so I had to order this. It didn't work, then order this. But if you buy all of this at once and just get it fixed, it actually extends. Look at the space you have from the mount to the from the VESA mount itself to the monitor. And I think this mounting option actually was what helped me achieve this level of curvature and just get it at an angle that I wanted. Everything is maxed out here in my monitor stand, but with this, it was as if this unforeseen problem was a blessing in disguise, because I really thought that this would mess up me setting my FOV, but this really helped with me setting my monitors to have this beautiful angle, and I really enjoy it. It's really fun, especially when I race. I really enjoy it. When I sit, literally, this is my camera at the position of what my head should look like. And if you turn all the way to the right, all you see is monitor. This should be like the limit, because when I go back here, like this is my seat right here. So all you see is monitor. When I sit and adjust my sitting position, I'm all in the screen. And when you turn all the way to the left, all you see is monitor as well. So if you're looking into going triple screens, these are things that you should take note of. Like, you remember I said your PC, make sure it can take it. Look for something that goes with the resolution that you like. If it's 1080p, 1440p, or 4K, having in mind that your PC can take whatever resolution that you pick. Look for your refresh rates. Refresh rate being one thing, I don't know if I mentioned it, but let me just mention it. If you're looking for a refresh rate for sim racing, a monitor with a refresh rate of 120 upwards will do. But it's easy to find monitors now with 240. Mine is 165, so, and it works perfectly fine. I don't have any image tear. I set up my image and iRacing to max out at 165, so I don't have any issues with my display. But honestly, these are the things you should look out for. Mention the refresh rates, also your curve. I recommend 1000R curve. Your size of monitors. If you go 32 for triple screens, awesome. If you go 49 for a single screen, I think that would do, because you would be able to at least have one of your, I think your driver's side mirror to show you a driver on the left side. But I still would recommend going triple screen if you want to build a full rig, instead of going a single screen. Those who do single screens actually do enjoy it, but for me, after doing single screen for a while and switching to triple, I really enjoyed the triple screen setup. So that's it with what you should look out for And honestly, if you want to go triple, single, whichever one that makes you happy, makes me happy as well. Because the more people we have in the sim world, the more we have happy people doing something that they love, enjoying their life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until next time, guys, if you have any questions about my setup, sorry, let me not go away that fast. If you do have any questions about my setup and things that I did, and you're trying to find out more information of what I did to get my setup to this point, I still have a lot of work of things that I'm doing, which I'll bring later to the video. But if you want to know more about my sim rig, things that I did, things you would like to know, just hit me up in the comment section, ask any question. I'll be happy to answer you guys. I'll be happy to even make a video to show you guys what I did to achieve whatever it is that I've achieved. I don't think I have the best setup, but anyone who I can help to get or to their goal setup or to not make some mistakes that I made, I'm willing to help anytime, any day. Just hit me up in the comment section for questions that you like. And on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you guys think about my rig? You know, if it's beautiful, if it's nice, if you love the rig, let me know. If you think I could do better in some areas. My pedals aren't there right now because there's a video coming about the pedals. And also, if you have a sneak peek, you notice some other things that are here that will be coming to the channel. There are some updates for those who watched my previous video about my wheelbase. I'll make a separate video to update you guys what's going on with Fanatec. But as of now, we're talking about the monitor setup, and I hope this video was able to answer the question of one of my viewers. His name is, give me a second, I will find his name or her name right now, is Blue Steel Base. Wanted to know about my setup and what route to go. I hope this answered your question. And please, if you do have more questions, and whoever is watching this video, if you have more questions, hit me in the comment section. If I do have the answer, I'll let you know. If I don't, I'll let you know I don't have the answer, but I can also refer you to channels that will help you get the answer to your questions. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching this video. And as always, peace. So I noticed while editing this video that I was about to mention one more thing about these monitors that I had to deal with when, installing them, but I got carried away with explaining my mountain solution and how it was a blessing or whatever. And the one major thing is, I don't know if you guys can see this monitor from here, is that from here you see a straight line, but at the bottom of the monitor right here, the plastic here sticks out a little bit. It's plastic, so it's no big deal. It's not connected to any electrical whatever. It's just a thick plastic that sticks out. And when you're trying to align your monitors together, you notice that using these monitors, it would be like a wedge, and you would see a significant gap between the bezels of each monitor. So what I did was I picked up a nail filer, for filing your nails, and I didn't do it for the monitors, on my side on the edge, because they weren't connecting to any monitor at all. They were just on their own. But for the monitors, the inside edge of these monitors, I just filed down these edges. It didn't take much time, just filed it down until I was able to bring the monitors close. So I just wanted to add this so that you guys just know that if you're looking for this monitor and you want to get it, it's something you would have to do. It's not a big deal. It's just something that I had to file down. The monitors, they've been reliable and lovely. So I just said, let me add that. And thanks guys for watching the video. Until next time, guys, please do not forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon. See you next time.